So when I was in middle school and probably early on in high school, I wasn't very into reading. I liked the Click series and Harry Potter and a couple other of the really popular series. But reading definitely wasn't something that I made part of my daily life. And it wasn't something that I was super into. My parents didn't push it with me too much. My mom was always getting me books for Christmas, but I just wasn't very interested. Until I started taking some AP language and literature classes, and it kind of opened up a whole new realm of reading that I'd never really known about before. When I was younger, I loved picture books and chapter books, but I guess I'd never really been introduced to the more academic and analysis side of reading that I came to love when I was in high school, and then early on in college when I took some literature classes. So one of the most amazing books that I read, and this was one of the first ones that I ever did literary analysis on, was Housekeeping by Marilynne Robinson. And I read and analyzed this my junior year of high school, and it's all about this little girl who lives a very transient lifestyle, and just analyzing her and her family and writing papers on it. And that was a part of literature that I had never experienced, and I loved. I loved digging deep into the book and into the characters and seeing what they had to offer. Another one, and this was probably the most influential, was Crime and Punishment. And I read this my senior year of high school, and we probably spent a month reading this book. And maybe 2 months, I don't remember, but we'd be assigned about 50 pages a night, and we'd have about 6 questions to answer and write pretty in-depth about, and then we'd have discussions in class about Raskolnikov and about good versus evil and kind of the gray area when you commit a crime. When is it good and when is it evil? And it was pretty amazing, the discussions we had about this book as, 17 and 18-year-olds. And I know it's just very motivating to read for a purpose and to answer questions while I read. And I think that it definitely helped me grow as a person intellectually and in terms of my reading ability, because I guess I'd always taken things out of my reading, but I'd never been super purposeful in it. And learning to question the intentions of the characters throughout the book, that's something that I learned in these classes and took into my future as a reader right now. And today, my experience with these books that I read when I was younger, I definitely now choose a little bit more serious books that tell more of a story that you can kind of take apart. And that's something that I love about reading now, and something that I may never have learned had I not taken those classes in high school. So that was definitely a milestone in my reading ability and kind of my relationship with reading.